Not long ago, I walked up to a well-known black actress to introduce myself, someone you know from the movies she starred in. As I extended my hand, she shot back a damning look of revulsion. "I know who you are," she said. "You're that Republican from Fox News." It was the end of that conversation. Another time, at a Hollywood party, I was having a great chat with another popular actress and comedian. Just as we were about to exchange contact information, it became clear I was a Republican, and the conversation ended abruptly, without another word, as she turned and walked away. I stood there alone for a long time, like a kid stuck against the wall at an 8th grade dance. A couple of years ago, on a blind date, the two of us got around to discussing our work. "Oh my God," my new friend gasped, as if she just discovered she was sitting in the car with Jack the Ripper. "You work for Fox News? And you're a Republican?" She asked the Uber driver to stop the car. You can't make this stuff up. And was going to walk away at night in the middle of nowhere. We ultimately agreed to have the driver drop her off safely at home. Most times when someone learns I'm a Republican, the reaction is one of dismay or disgust. White folks usually fall within the dismay category. I assume you, while members of the black community, as shown in all three of these examples, often look at me as the worst kind of enemy. A traitor, you got it, Uncle Tom. Can I blame any of them? The truth is, I don't. More than a decade ago, I thought similarly. If you asked what party I belonged to then, I'd have told you I was a Democrat. This had little or nothing to do with my actual beliefs. Rather, I knew this because everyone around me, family, neighbors, friends, was a Democrat. And more than 70% of voters keep the same political allegiances as their parents. I knew this because I was black, and almost 90% of African American voters identify with the Democratic Party. I also knew all about the Republicans, all the facts. The ones ingrained in me and many members of the black community since birth. Republicans are racist. They don't care about black people, don't care about poor people. They want black men in jail, or better, dead from drugs or gang violence. Republicans are the party of racist, rich white people. Republicans created and led the KKK. They try to keep blacks from voting. The GOP intentionally blocks the advancement of blacks and always has. If you ever become one, you'll get kicked out of the family and be an Uncle Tom and a coon. Maybe you find these accusations and words offensive. I certainly do. Maybe you agree with some of them and think they're worth debating. All I'm telling you is that this was the narrative as I knew it. At the time, everyone I knew thought exactly the same way. During the formative years of my life, I had no clue what a Republican or conservative even was. As a result, I had no idea who I was politically. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, I heard it all the time. From my parents and friends, my teachers, my girlfriend and her grandmother, the guy working next to me, it was always the same spin on things. The Republicans were the racist party who spent their days keeping people of color down. The message even held sway in our churches. For decades, Democratic politicians have gone to pastors in black communities and given them their talking points and marching orders. These pastors see that the Democrats have something they need: sources of income, ways to expand their reach, influence with the mayor. And the next thing you know, some politician is standing in the middle of a service giving a partisan speech. Chicago's ex-mayor and former Obama chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel, was infamous for popping into black churches, giving a quick talk, and walking out before the next hymn even started. How often do you see a black politician speaking in a white church, or any politician taking over a Catholic mass or synagogue service to give a speech? You don't. That's how entrenched the Democrats' agenda and falsehoods were in my community.